What's good, guys? Today's video is gonna be a little install video with things that aren't gonna cost a ton of money. So my car, the Mazda Speed3 that I got a couple months ago, did not come with floor mats. So at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you guys how to install floor mats that aren't necessarily made for the car, but that you can cut to the trim of your car. So we're doing at the end of the video. And the main part of this video is the quick release bumper fasteners I got for my birthday from Brittany. So thank you, Brittany. I'm gonna show you guys how to install this. It's super pain-free, should go very smooth, and it's a very easy install, and I think it looks good. Come over here. The reason why I wanna get it done, so what these are for is so you could just quickly take off your bumper, I'll show you how the orientation of this is later, but so it's gonna be like this, and you undo the rubber band, you can take off your bumper and do stuff like on your front mount intercooler or something like that. I don't know, if you're low, it's a good idea just in case you hit something and your bumper comes off. But the reason why I'm doing it is because this right here is a little off. So the clips right here are broken. So I wanted this because I wanted to stay safe just in case for some reason this all breaks off, which it shouldn't. But if it does, I still have the quick release bumper fasteners to keep on my bumper so it doesn't go flying off somewhere. So we're gonna get into the install of how to do this. I'll show you guys how to do this. This whole thing costs less than $10, so it's really cool. I think it's a really good, cool little additive you can put to your car that won't necessarily break the bank. All right, so this is how it's gonna look on your car. You pull it apart, and it's gonna look like that on either side of the car. You wanna stretch the rubber band out a little bit to make sure it stays on. You don't want it to have to be like limp like this. So on the car, you want it to be like that. We JDM now. Hot gay. So this is what the package came with. It came with washers. These to go on to this right here. I'm gonna show you the orientation. So put the screw in or whatever, and then you get the bolt, and what you're gonna do, this is how it's gonna look on the car. So you put the screw in, then you put the washer over the screw, and then you screw down the bolt. So when we do this, we're gonna have to take off the fender liners, and that's literally gonna be the hardest part, which is not hard at all. So we can get access to the back so we can tighten this with a wrench. This is all we need from this side so we can get up and under here and just tighten it up with our hands. All right, let's go to the other side. Hey guys, so I've ran into a problem with the freaking fender liner on the other side, that side I've never touched before. This clip right here are such a pain. So right now I'm gonna freaking cut them off and just put on different ones later. Look at that, dude. Won't even, ah! This thing is a piece of crap. Screw you, you destroyed my bumper. You don't know. Jeez, what was that thing? Now I'll be able to get up in here with my hand and just tighten it up. I'm not even gonna mess with this one. And I'm gonna have to buy more clips. Sick, I'm sweating bullets, by the way. Okay, so what you're gonna do now after you get the fender liners off, you're gonna take the bumper fastener right here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, and you're gonna match it up to where you want it on the car, making sure the rubber band is stretched a little bit, then mark that area with like a pencil or a Sharpie. Remember, you're gonna be drilling into the car, so if you Sharpie the spot, it doesn't matter. But mark the area, and then we're gonna drill, and I'll show you guys that later. So we got our dots on there. It's super hard to see. If the camera wants to focus, we got a dot right there and a dot up there. And that's where I'm gonna be drilling into the car. It looks pretty centered to me, so that's where we're gonna be going. And then we're gonna put the quick release bumper fastener in there. Okay, so we just made the dots in the car, and now what we're gonna do is we gotta drill a hole into each dot, and we're gonna pick a drill bit that is this size. So whenever you get your kit, I'm not sure which one you're gonna get, but make sure it's the size of the screw that you're putting in. All it has to do is just go in here. So it's still too small, we need a bigger drill bit. Go farther up. Yep, one more. Sick! Money! Okay, so this is going in. So we're gonna do the top and then we're gonna do the other side. I'll show you the top right now. Right after you got the second hole made, just make sure the screw fits. And now we're gonna put it in. Again, this is how it's gonna look like when you put it in the car. This, and then you put the bolt in, okay? So it's gonna look like this in there. But I'm not gonna be able to show you that because I can't get the camera up in there. Where did we put it? See my bumper? It just clicks off. Okay, after I found the right Allen key with my dad helping me, shout out to my pops for helping me, this started to work. What you need to do is put the Allen key in there and then get the wrench in there behind it and keep the wrench where it is and then twerk on the Allen key and then it should be on. So we're gonna do this one next and I'll show you guys after it's done. All right, there we go. We did it and we put back what's left of the fender liner and everything. So that's what it looks like, guys. So it's gonna protect this little bad boy from ripping off. And I'm gonna get doing to the other side now. Looks good and it's got a purpose. So it's good with me. It did take a little longer than I thought because just tools at my house are harder to find than Calvin's house. So on to the next side and it is hot. I finished the second one right here. Here it is. I had to move the bolt even a little farther down so this one's a little longer, but I don't care. Like, the reason why I couldn't, because there was something in the back of this that I couldn't get to, so it was like solid metal or something like that. So I couldn't puncture through it, and I'm glad I didn't do it before I tested the back. So before you drill a hole into your car, what I'd suggest is you get your finger in the back of here and feel that it is just that little thin piece of metal or aluminum that you're going to cut through. Because if I didn't, I'd have a nice little hole right here right now thinking, oh, I could cut through that side. And for some reason the other side I was able to. So I have no idea how I was able to do that. But it's on, it's good. Bumper is going to be nice. There's that side and there's that side. I'll show you what the floor mats I got right now. All right guys, I took off my shirt because it's freaking 90 plus out here and I'm sweating like crazy. If you see my hair may be wet, no, it's just sweat. So what we're gonna do now is the floor mats. So there's two different things you need to do for floor mats that you get that aren't custom made for your car, so they don't fit exactly perfect for your car. I personally got these off Amazon. Actually, Brittany got them for me off Amazon, but I know that's where she got them. And they're just universal floor mats. So what they're gonna come with is this kind of look where there's a bunch of lines down the sides and then there's like a design in the middle or whatever. And these are like a WeatherTech floor mat, so they're rubber made instead of like the carpet stuff. And what these lines are for is if they're too big for your car, you can actually cut down these lines and make the floor mat smaller. But today, we're also going to anchor them into the ground. And what Mazda has done is they have those preset anchors right there. There's two of them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the holes so they can just slip in and stay exactly where I want them all the time. But in the driver's side over there, you see how it goes up on that pedal up there to the left, the fake pedal, the resting foot pedal? I'm gonna have to cut it right there, and I'm also gonna have to anchor it down there as well. So that's what we're gonna be doing right now, and let's go. So here's the floor mats I got, and with it came this little piece I can punch a hole with. Looks like this. I'm not sure if you guys get universal floor mats, if it comes with this, but this is to punch in the hole where you want it, so then you can put it in the car where those little stoppers are so they don't move around. I made some dots right here with a permanent marker, right there and right there. They're hard to see, but now I'm gonna punch through them and make the hole and go back into the car and see if it works. And this is how the passenger side looked. These are where the holes are, where I punched the holes in so these stoppers can keep the floor mat from moving around when people put their feet on there. So it's perfect in my opinion. Now, a little bit more trickier, we're gonna go on to the driver's side. So like I was saying before, this piece right here needs to go. Now, what I'm hoping to do is only cut this much out of it and cut a straight line, even though these floor mats aren't meant to be cut this way. I'm hoping to do that so I can keep much floor mat as possible. And also, my car only has, on the driver's side, only has one because the other one was ripped out by the previous owner. I have no idea why that happened, but all I'm gonna need is one to keep it in place where I need it. So I'm going to measure that right there to cut it out, and hopefully it works out. I'll show you guys everything. So I have a Sharpie mark right here, and what I'm gonna try to do is cut straight across this way, and that's gonna leave me a room for that resting foot pedal. So I'm gonna try to cut it this way, and I got a level here to make sure I'm cutting it perfectly straight, because you only really get one chance to do this, so let's hope for the best. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay, that's how it's gonna look. The last thing I need to do is make another hole punch right there, so where we can put it into the car without it shaking around perfectly. Let's go put this bad boy in the car and see how it looks. So just like that, the new floor mats are in that little pre-cut hole, so now I don't have to worry about this getting caught up with the clutch or anything like that. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. This is a great alternative to go for instead of just the factory OEM mats, because I was honestly looking at those and they were gonna cost me $100. I believe these ran Brittany, I think it was like somewhere around $25. And personally, I'd rather have these because they're the rubber version, like the WeatherTech almost version of floor mats, and they're not that carpet stuff, which is gets just as dirty as the carpet underneath, so I don't even know why you'd have that. So these turned out really well. If you guys want me to tell you the link of them, just send comments my way like, hey, I want those floor mats. I'll put them in the description. They're definitely not expensive at all, along with the quick release bumper fasteners. Oh man, it was a good day in the garage. It was a good day, not technically in the garage. I'm in the garage now, but it was a good day working on the car. It was fun. It was a long time, not gonna lie, and it was freaking hot outside, but it was worth it. You know, the cool thing about doing this is, like, after all this, you get to see your final result. You get to see your final result after you're done. Like, look at this. Like, that's new. That's new. That's new. And it's just really cool to see back what you've done to your car and just, you know, really appreciate the time you've put into it. It's worth it in my opinion, even though it takes hours. This today took me, with both of those things combined, took me about 2 hours to do. It's not a short task at all, and I was sweating like crazy, but it was definitely worth it in the long run. Guys, that's the video. I really want to thank you guys for watching, especially if you made it all the way here. I really do appreciate it, each and every one of you guys. There's a lot of you guys. We're still trying to get to 25K. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for the stickers. Believe me, I'm waiting for you guys to have them as well. I'm really hyped about them, So if you guys made it this far, just leave me a like. I did everything myself today, so that's pretty rewarding. If you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in that next one. I ain't got no problem spending all of my money. This is the awkward part where I have to turn off the camera when I'm soaking wet.